Hi guys, this episode of What's on the Bench we're going to be making some duelling shoulders, some teardrop shaped ones. This is titanium that we're going to be using, which is grade 5, 6AL4V. 1mm thick at the moment. We're aiming to not reduce that less than 0.8 through the process. I've already gone and cut these out of the sheet. I've used a throatless shear, Beverly shear, in a vise. It's made quick work of obviously getting the rough pattern. We're going to grind these now to shape, and then we're going to move on to the first process of dishing to get some shape into them, and then after that we'll go to raising and planishing just to hopefully finalise the shape. Just coming back to you now, we've just rough ground those, so now as you can see the profile's a lot smoother around the edges, and we've matched the profile as best we can from right to left. Now we're going to move on to dishing, so we're going to get some initial shape into these. We're going to do that by moving over to a dishing stake, which is effectively a dished out piece of wood and or the bottom of a gas bottle. And we're going to start in the centre, and then we're going to work in a circular motion, so we're going to push the centre down first and work our way out, so effectively the centre gets deeper, which brings in those outside edges. We'll see how that goes. Hi guys, so just coming back to you after doing the first pass of dishing. So that's what we started with. That's the other one that we've not done yet. You can see just flat. And this, after the first pass, using basically the bottom of a gas bottle as a dishing stake to start, because it's deeper. And then moving over to my two wooden stump dishes, we've ended up with a nice shallow spaulders shape, and relatively even as well, which is quite nice. It's relatively even all around, so it fits the shoulder nicely. We'll do the same on the second one, and then once we've got to that point, we'll go to the ball stake. We'll just try and roll these edges in a little bit more around here and here, so front and rear of the kind of deltoid. And then after that, what we're going to do is we'll drill, and then we'll add leather so that the leather will actually point up a little bit higher. So these are designed to sit kind of just on the deltoid, with the point kind of just being on the top of the shoulder towards the collarbone. But that gives you a good idea of what maybe 20 to 25 minutes can do with this material if you've got the right tools. Right, so just coming back to you now after the dishing passes. So now we've taken them from flat plates to dished and curved to fit the profile of kind of the upper arm. This is the right one, and this is the left one. You probably ask, how do I know which is which? Well, when I cut the patterns, I actually cut the angle of the teardrop slightly off. You can see that is actually straighter than that curve there. So it curves nicely, but then there's a straighter cut there. Same on this one. So in effect, got a left one where this straighter aspect sits clear of the bicep, and on the right one, same again. This straighter aspect sits clear of the bicep with the curve following the tricep. So now that we've done that, we've got the actual dish shape to them. I'm going to go over to the ball stake, and I'm just going to work this top edge just to kind of hopefully give it a little bit more of a curve inwards, so towards the stump in this scenario. And then it'll just be a case of drilling and attaching for the leather point. That then will point nice and high on the shoulder, and then putting a single strap on there to hold it to the arm. All right, so that's the work on the ball stake done. So we've got a little bit more of a curvature that way now, just such that when we put the points on, the point intends to lean into the top of the shoulder. As you can see, we've got some nice shape to them. And again, these are for duelling, so the idea is protection, but not needing anything overly massive. Lightweight, very lightweight actually, in fact. So the next step is we're going to just mark our holes, probably do 3 on the top that we'll rivet the points to, and then 1 for each strap. We'll get those drilled, and then after that it's affixing the leather and kind of final fit and finish. So we've just drilled the holes across the top, as you can see. I've had to step that up from 2mm to roughly 4mm because it's still very hard material even though it's thin. Next I'm going to drill the holes for the straps, do the same on the other one, and then mount up the leather, the buckles, etc. I'll come back to you when that's done rather than doing another time lapse, but it gives you an idea of the process. Alright guys, coming back to you now. So they're all finished. As you can see, I've added the points at the top. I've added straps to the bottom of these, however you can wear them without straps, and these are for my use, so probably after I've tried them out with the straps on I may well remove those and just plug the holes with decorative rivets. But ultimately that's taking flat sheet titanium to some nice teardrop style duelling shoulders.